Alex, Hannah, all right, Ma, and me, me with your face. You changed us over.
Yeah, I know, but it is like this.
Well, okay. And Ruth. Okay.
We've had to swap sides because the audio wasn't working on
And
one.
Laura, yes. So I am me. We are not fooling too much around. We had to swap photos. Okay. All right. Okay. And it is Jana down there. So I'm going to have to wait a little bit with the discourse because the poll said that most people wanted, oh, Claudia from Brazil. Super. Okay. The poll said that people mostly wanted that I speak about the, let's say, the massage versus the vegetotherapy. And that is the most strangest for me question, and everybody is asking about it. So maybe we can just say hi. I'd like to have a few more people with it because I do hate to repeat too much. All right, so let's just you okay? We give it a two more minutes. Um, you know something? I would like maybe a few questions while we wait for more people. All right?
Okay.
What about that? If you could ask a few questions relating to the poll, then I kind of know where you're at. Okay, because is that what that's what interests you for today? It is that dilemma, massage, vegetal, right? Is that hands up or
Somebody has to put hand up.
huh?
Yeah.
Could you put hands up if that's the issue that you kind of voted for? Hmm? Not many faces, not many hands up.
Julie's putting their hand up.
Huh? Yeah. Okay, yeah. But anyway, that
Do you want to unmute, Julie? Do you have a question?
Oh, hello. Nice to see everybody. Hello, Ebba.
hello,
Uh,
hello.
Hi, I didn't have a question right now. I was coming in to agree with the theme that you've chosen for tonight. It would be lovely
Yes.
to hear that.
Yes, okay. But I think it's a very general question or issue that I would actually like to broaden your view or, uh, yeah, around that subject. So the people also start to say, so what is the difference or where do we put biorelease in the system of massage and vegetotherapy? So the biorelease as such was not meant as a, let's say, as a deep massage course. It was actually created by Mona and by me to be able to be allowed to touch the body because as we were a psychological let's say institute or center, I had to go before a board, do a physiotherapy school, and create a method of massage which was acceptable to us and which the board also accepted. So the whole thing was that in the biorelease, you did not use the stethoscope because we made it for the board. And the use of the stethoscope in the beginning of any, let's say, body treatments, even the deep draining and especially the biorelease, Gerda did not allow in the beginning because she didn't want people to become neither addictive to have to listen to the how to say, the psychoperistaltic sounds, and because you would go into processes before people had learned to feel what's underneath their fingers. That means the tissue, the membrane, the superficial muscles, and down to the deeper muscles and the periost. So that is how it started to somehow become separated, because one didn't know how much did one need of each courses. So by release courses was first only 3 months, and then it was after 3 months people started to do the physiological, more classical massage technique like pétrissage, kneading, you hacking, cupping, doing let's say opening up for the system. So when we use by release within the massages, then of course it was a mixing between the classical massages and Gerda's deep tissue massage, so that she would look for the sounds. Is that clear for the moment? This was without vegetotherapy. Now, the thing is that the massage word has caused so much problem and are still causing problem today. So I'm going to ask Vivya to send out to all of you a questionnaire with suggestions, because in the EABP where I was in April, I was in the forum of EABP, and then I have had 5 days seminars on a row with far memory process and vegetotherapy. And we have also then with the vegetotherapy discussed with people, because I said I am not going to use the word massage anymore except with biorelease, because I would like to call it, let me see, I make some notes here. I would call it either hands-on treatment or rooted talking treatment, which I will discuss a little bit later. So I think treatment I am going to use instead of the word massage. So maybe I would just maybe have a little bit of feedback on that for the moment, if that's okay, if somebody can follow me till this point. Okay, can we do that?
They need to put their hand up.
Yeah, so if you have could you put your hands up if you, yes, Ruth?
When I think about the word treatment, it sounds like you're doing something to someone, and that would be my only sort of negative thought about the word treatment.
Right. Well, I mean, massage is also being done something too. Um, or it could be massage treatment. Then it would be the two together.
Mm.
Because I can just tell that from being in the EABP, from the colleagues that are using the word treatments, it's not very accepted. And in the big handbook of biodynamic psychology in German, it is this big, 15 centimeter. It's the second edition, and Gerda is out. There's hardly anything about Mona. My article is out, and these are people that had at least 3 years with Mona in the old times. And it's many of the ones that are come in is, for example, Berit Bunkan, a complete massage therapist from Norway. So they have boycotted. I have taken it up with psychologists in Berlin, and they are doing what they can, and I will be meeting them at a certain point. That is Gustl Marlock and Heiko Weiss. And it is only in German, but it was a really big blow to see that second edition. And I know that it is because the ones who are, sorry, jealous of the biodynamic are trying to put Goethe into the massage box and are not looking at neither the combination of the two, okay, the vegetotherapy, the psychotherapy, and the massage. Okay, so so we have to see. I mean, for the ones who are beginning the biodynamic, this maybe sounds like it's a silly argument, but it's something I thought we could look at in the poll. So, to vegetotherapy, which is the method.
In the chat, you're getting touch therapy.
Right.
That's good.
Or hands-on, yes.
I like touch therapy also.
Okay. Yeah, well, that is something that we can look at. I think this can be an interesting discussion, but that sounds good. Yeah, Julie.
I was just feeling the painfulness of what it is to have something misunderstood or be left out of this tremendous body of work from Goethe and you and Mona Lisa and others. And
And myself.
and absolutely, yes, absolutely. And I was wondering whether, as a term, because I feel the profession has maybe been tussling with this, not wanting massage to be misunderstood or biodynamic massage to be misunderstood for quite a long time. How would it be to have something like psychotherapeutic massage or psychotherapeutic bodywork? How would that be?
Okay. Yes, yes. That would be more. That would be more to the heart of the matter, actually. Thank you. Okay. So you write it down in the chat, so maybe it's being recording it. Yeah, all right. So back to what I see when I go to the groups that are like in the second end of the second year, maybe sometimes into the beginning third year, I see a kind of division of massage without vegetotherapy, okay, and then the vegetotherapy without the massage. And so my question that I get is, how do you go from massage to vegetotherapy or from vegetotherapy to massage? Now, what we did is we went from the rooted talking method of Goethe, which you are all familiar with, the rooted talking. You lay on the massage table, not on a mattress. You are having a light massage with stethoscope or without. You're having like a perios massage, maybe a bit of a soft tissue massage. And at the same time, you are talking. You are having, like the therapy is putting up a gentle dialogue, like how, with eyes closed, how was your week this week? Or how were you since last week? Is anything new? Something rather trivial. And then as the person is having the massage head, maybe a little bit shoulder, they are starting to have a monologue with themselves and they're being touched almost all the time. So if there's a feeling coming up, it is natural for the therapist to say, well, where are you in your body now? Or what is happening to you right now? Or how does that feel? Do you want to go deeper and look at that? Questions that follow, okay? What do you want to say or to do right now? And so little by little, the therapist takes the hands away and the vegetotherapeutic process starts. So that could go into imagery, it could be into what do your body wants to do. And then, as maybe there's a release of emotions, the time is around 50 minutes or 45. You end with a light, maybe you could be, well, you could have a distribution. You could also have just opening your eyes and looking up, not at the therapist when you're laying down, just looking up, okay? Just feeling how your body feels in the here and now. And then that session would be finished. Another session setting would be client comes and are really pretty disturbed or have a big problem or whatever and just wants to release on the mattress, and you help to release that. And then from there, you take the stethoscope, you turn the person either on the belly or the back as you want, and then you do a distribution massage and the polarisation at the end of that vegetotherapeutic session. That sounds maybe theoretic, but there's hardly anybody who are doing it. So I try to put myself into the mind of all my maybe 200 clients that have been asking that question. No, client students, I mean students through the last 5 years. How do I go from the one to the other? And then I projected myself into all of you, and I found that all of us do not want to be disturbed. We don't want to be interrupted, to be analyzed, to have any of our moments that are special to us disturbed. And so that's projected onto the therapist who knows this and who do not want to disturb the dynamic of the client. So they are there, they see something happen, but they cannot get the word out of their mouth to say what is happening in your body now. So that means that this vegetative session kind of floats into wherever, and there is hardly any things being said. And if there's a release, very many people says then, what is happening now? Well, I would just say stop to a student. No, don't ask that. Something is happening. It's in the quiet that you have to, let's put it like that. You have to mobilize something to be able to either relax, on the other hand, or mobilize to get some activity, some, let's say, energetic release, or you have to mobilize something to go down to regress into something. So you have like, not clover, not spade, but the other, the in card, the square,
Diamond.
the diamond. So you have like a diamond, and you can go from the one to relax, you can go for the one to have activity, you can go for the one to regression, and then back to relaxation. You need to have an intent. Okay? You cannot just let the person be there and be massaged without having some rooted talking. That's how I see it. So I would say start to really feel how you want to, let's say, mobilize something in your client without disturbing it. Oh, yeah, I like that doggy, Laura's doggy, huh? Wants to take the whole, you say, it's being
Likes
very
being on
therapeutic,
camera.
huh? Hmm?
He
Wonderful.
likes being on camera.
Yes, he likes to be on camera. Yes. So is that making, can you follow it? Because I don't know. I know that here you have Claudia, you have Gemma, you have Julie, you have some of you that are how say Alex, you've had you standard all this, and then you have the other that are, which I don't know where they are. Are you in the bio release? You the first year, or you where are you? So can we get some answer to this, or some questions, or because that's the poll that you, Alex.
Yeah, it's super interesting. It's different from the way I suppose we've been taught rooted talking, which is a kind of standalone, face-to-face way of doing it. Maybe just at the stage that we're at in the training. I'm in the second, coming to the end of the second year,
Yeah.
so maybe it becomes more integrated as we go on. So yeah, it was very interesting. But my question is, are you saying that you would almost never just give like a massage, just like a treatment without the rooted talking? Are you saying you would almost always include the rooted talking as part of a massage treatment?
I would say that you have what was standard for Gerda, two chairs, one massage table, and one mattress. One record for tennis, okay, or a towel for twisting, biting, turning, using, hitting, whatever. So she would always sit at least 5 minutes on the chair to tune into the need, because what a client wants and what a client needs are different issues. And it's for us to find out, okay, now for somebody who needs a somatic approach, and the agreement is that they have a massage treatment or biodynamic massage treatment, then you are not allowed ethically to ask any psychotherapeutic questions. How old are you? What's happening in your body? But when you think of the biorelease, first you need a person to make sure, you need to make sure that that person hears you and that they will answer you. Because if that same person later have you in vegetotherapy or will have suddenly a release of emotion and they disappear into themselves and you don't have any word bonding, any security, that if you say, where are you now? Or come back, or don't go so deep, or what's happening, that they will go into their space. So everything is preventative and is, how to say, made so that there is a line between you and your client, verbally, energetically, let's say somatically. So that would be one of the things I would say. I never only massage a person. I don't know if they have had treatment. I don't know how they react. And I don't know how long, how much psychoperistalsis they can take. I know there have been cases of students having had somebody saying, "Oh, you're doing this wonderful treatment," and then they have given like an hour of psychoperistalsis, and the woman had a irregular heartbeat afterward, or worse, or eczema, or one jumped out the window. She was massaged for an hour on her sacrum. And you can believe the group for supervision when she came and said, my aunt, after 1.5 hour, because she had backache, that night she went on her porch and jumped. So I said, okay, I'm going to give that as a warning to everyone whose older aunt or grandmother or whoever comes and says, I have a backache and I heard that your method works. And then you work an hour and a half on directly on the somatic point. So open this head, okay, with your soft shampoo massage, okay, and then look from there. Claudia, what would you say to that? We can't hear
Don't
you.
mind. Yeah, it's kind of, I think it's so interesting. Just reminds me of Goethe saying, always finish with the head. So it's interesting that, it's kind of, you said, though a soft shampoo, so that
Yes.
it's kind of, either the head or the feet. But I think what you're talking about is the intensity, the danger of the intensity of treatment in one place,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes,
So you can
absolutely.
go there, but you are really saying distribute, go
Yes,
out of there. Don't
exactly.
leave something,
Yeah,
anything, anybody after anything too intense. It's
yeah,
tiring, right?
exactly. And this is a trick because the person will come and say, I feel I want, or I need, they can be the neck, it can be anywhere. You cannot underestimate that the distribution. So you are, as I say, you're a psychodetective before you are a psychotherapist. Okay. So this is the thing, and we go back to the massage. So I usually say in a session you can have 30% massage, 30% talking, 30% release, stretching, whatever. And then I usually say 10% of hocus pocus. That means you have a polarization. You can have a sweeping over the Stradivarius. That means the inner aura. Don't go too far out. It's too strong. You have to find what is and what works for whom. And you have the wonderful palming calming where you have your hands slowly and you heal. You have the contour. Everybody needs it. Okay, it's confirming the person in themselves. Okay, but it is not a massage, so it's really hands-on treatment. Or we'll get back to what Julie said. So, and there you have the intention. You have, I'm going to comfort you, and you comfort. Okay, you are saying, I'm going to make your boundaries stronger. You put energy and you put that in to your hands, okay? Or you want to find, you feel, oh, that self, whatever it is, it's way in. You would go in and you would go in, and with your third eye, you would put your energy, and then you will draw it up to the surface and then gently pull out. It is the intention once you start to feel the energy that is the core, the bioenergy that's the core of our treatments. So therefore, it's like massage is just not, it's not equivalent. It's not the word for what we actually doing. Okay. But we cannot, well, but anyway, that's super. Okay, right.
Interesting. That has many.
Yes, yes. So how can one say to the students uh like Alex, like put your soul into, put a part of your soul. I mean, one thing is healing and the other is to cure. It's a very different, and the other is to help. So you have to find, okay, first we're helping the person to find what they need to understand their process, to understand their somatic problematic, okay, to understand the complexity of the here and now. You need to, of course, have an amnesis so that you know what do they come from for. Because some are just curious. So, yeah, let's see if we can go a bit further with uh, yeah, some input from you. There's Dana there. There's the Karen or Julian. Okay, so would you respond to that? Because I have to know where you are at. I got you, Alex, exactly. So. What would some of you else say? How are you working? Karen, Julian, Jana, Nicole. How are you working,
Okay.
Barbara?
Ruth, being in the first year, I don't understand vegetotherapy at all yet.
Ah, Ruth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, vegetotherapy. Okay, can you get me Ruth on? Where is she? Yeah, but that means that it's going a bit slow. You're in the end. You're in, Ruth, where are you? You are in the end of your
Yeah, at the
year.
end of year one.
Yeah, so that means you have been taught only the massages with stethoscope or without.
We've learnt massages with stethoscope mostly.
Right. And what are you doing for massages? Do they
Um,
have names or?
yeah, we've learnt basic touch, emptying,
Yeah.
exit massage, energy distribution,
Right.
um,
Warming.
palming.
Yeah, all
What's
right. Yeah, all that.
what's the
Great.
circle
Yeah.
one?
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah,
Muscle memory.
tissue massage, but not with
Yeah,
two. You are doing it with two.
3. The
Oh,
whole
it's
hand.
really fun. I would say start to do it as you feel it. Put the energy, it's almost from third eye. You put it into your hands, and then you love your hand and you feel that the only thing that exists for you is the muscles and the person that you are touching. For that half hour or hour, that's nothing else exists but that. So there is a heart has to be in it, otherwise it is not dynamic. It's biomassage, but not biodynamic. Right. Well, I guess you see that your trainers were taught at that time. I think Dora made it very strict, the massage and then the vegetal. But is the vegetal coming up this year or do you have to wait another year? I think when you
Yeah,
mentioned
Catherine might know.
Catherine might know. Okay, where's Catherine? You mean not Catherine here? Catherine.
Yeah, she's here, but I think she's just trying
Yeah.
to unmute.
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry, I'm trying to. Um, they have experienced some vegetotherapy through their own work with
Yes.
the trainers. So
Yes.
they've had an experience of it,
Yes.
but they've not been taught how to
Right.
run a
Right.
session.
Right. Exactly. Right. Okay, but that is the way you learn it the best. You have it in your own therapy, and then you start gently. When we talk about vegetotherapy, people, uh, especially the English, get a bit worried because that means you are not on the table, you're on the couch. You're on the mattress. And so it was called mattress work. And that used to make people frightened because you could just you have seen pictures of or videos of people just freaking out because it actually is to see what the body wants to say and do. And it is the main method of biodynamic psychology. It is when the feelings are allowed to come to the surface little by little. But you can have it in image form, you can have it with a massage. So, therefore, that bridge is the psycho massage that it was called, the verbal rooted talking, okay, with hands on. So, but this I will be discussing with you, your trainers, to see, because I feel that that could start in the end of the first year, but very slow. Yeah, it's slow steps so that nobody's being like, you know, vegetotherapy is kind of equal controlling, losing control. It is the subconscious is starting to realize, oh, what is this in my body? And actually, very often you're doing psychotherapy instead of your parents. So you have a lot of parental stuff coming up you have Gestalt, okay? You have constellation group, you have family psychotherapy, you have DMDR, all that is integrated into the method. Now, I don't know. It can be that England is more purely Gerda Boyesen from that time. In Germany and in France, we have speeded up. We have many more integrated methods. I cannot say if that's better or not. I think it's great that England is staying very true to the classic Gerda Boyesen method. I would say that, but this psychomassage, I feel you absolutely must learn. Now, I did that with a training group last week in Prague, and they have had a very classic biodynamic, and that means massage or vegetotherapy. And so we did 2 days of putting it together with a questionnaire, all the sentences that they would want to start to say. And the feedback was amazing because, of course, they worked with it out. They could feel that as therapists, they had a certain road. They could see where it was going. And so the questions were following the process that the person was kind of opening in front of them. And for the clients, there were certain questions or dilemmas that made so much more sense. So this is the bridge which I wanted to discuss. But many of you are young, so young in the training. So it's not so easy to understand what I'm saying because you need quite a lot of experience. Yes, yes, please. Can you come with your question, Laura, please?
You mentioned that we're talking about drawing the energy up from the bones and feeling the energy and bringing it down. And that's also something our teachers talk a lot about. And I'm curious how you personally experience energy, Ebba. How do you experience the energy
Right.
when you
Well,
wake up?
first, I don't draw it from the bones. I don't draw it from the bones. I draw it from the energetic system that might
Right.
be kind of collapsed inside. Right. In the whole, we are energetic. How to say? Not machines. We are energy. So some people don't feel it, and that is the first thing with vegetotherapy and with massage is you have to have the time. If you massage and then you stop and you very gently says, how does it feel in your body? You will have, I don't feel anything. Well, I have like a pleasant feeling. What does it feel like? Well, it's like I got goose pimples, or it's kind of I feel like little streamings inside. Okay, or oh, I feel irritated. Okay, then you can say, or if they say, where do you feel it in the body? Okay, then you can localize. Then you can work on that part. But without that, you don't have any indication where or how you should work, and it wouldn't make sense to you how I feel energy because I feel it inside. I feel it in every cell. I feel it outside. Uh, I just feel that I am alive. It tingles. It has image. It has sparkles. It makes me relax. It can make me irritable. The energy has its how to say we are a laboratory. We're an alchemical laboratory. And many people come because they don't feel anything. It's like, if you rub, some people were just rubbing massage. I said, let me just see how you massage. The checks, they have had 2 years biodynamic or one, or some have not at all. And then I said, just how do you touch? And some are going like that. And I asked, how do you feel? I said, well, I feel I'm being rubbed. Okay, but is there a feeling? No. So I said, slow down 5 times more. Well, then it was like this. Uh, Close your eyes. Oh, I feel that I want some more. I want to be touched more. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Okay. Do you want me to stroke your whole body like that? Yes. So that person got a stroke. So I call that dusting off the Stradivarius violin. You got to be creative in this work. If you just want a massage, poof, you can go and find it. But if you want to have your energy talking to you, Julie, then you know that biodynamic will make you feel sooner or later. Huh. Okay. So is that answering you, Laura? Yeah.
Yeah.
And every person feels it their own way. That's the super thing. We are so different. But sometimes you got to kind of believe in yourself. You got to feel you have massage. You got to go and take a look in the mirror and say, ooh, how am I? And then you have to give yourself a smile and say, I am just okay. All right. It's we are there to reach people and to give an input of something that they have lost or forgotten, and you're there to inspire other and be inspired. The only way we learn is learn more from your client and being student and having your process. Okay, I have another 15 minutes.
Question.
You have a question, Vivian? Yes.
Well, one, it was more of a comment that I got when we were at a seminar and we were having partners and we were massaging, and somebody gave me the comment of, oh, I've never been massaged that slowly before. And for me, because I do it from the stethoscope massage, where you go very, very gently, and only when when you feel a knot and you go into it. But yeah, it was more of a comment.
Yes. The point that you're making is that the slower you go, the more it is intense, the more it could be reaching the inner part. And some people have a fear of that intensity. So therefore, you start with like a vital massage, but you always, thank you, Vivian, you always have 3 options at any time that you can have as intention. You have it sedative, that can become a slow, pulsatory, energetic. You have the vital, which is more either stretching or vibrating. Okay. And then you have the dynamic. And the dynamic can go into a regression. It can go into a deep breathing, because on the dynamic, you focus on the breathing. And it can be slow or strong. You have the biodynamic, or the biodynamic way to breathe is to breathe through open lips. You have the bioenergetic way. Back to the biodynamic, and you sigh out your breathing. You have the bioenergetic, which is you open mouth and you push it downward. Okay? And then you have the growth method, or you close your mouth and you make 10 minutes just with your with your brain. Okay, you have a different way. You have the Buddhist, you have the normal breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth with a closed mouth or only breath. It is so many ways of breathing. And in the vegetal, to make it very clear, you touch with intention. That means you, and then you have to know you have a big breasted, I would say, officer looking big person who cannot breathe in the belly or who only breathe in the belly. Here it's like you might as well just have a big box. You can't really see me, but you can imagine box. Okay. What would you do? You could give that about 200 massages before it would move a breath in that person. Well, so in vegetotherapy, I would gently push on the breath, on the out breath. I would work with the midline, strong perioster, and make him have attention to his breath so as to widen the possibility of his intercostal space. Okay. I would go into the intercostal with a massage, which you would learn. Okay, but that is the intention of breathing. So that is also another way of vegetotherapy. And then you would say, Ruth, where are you? You've gone. Have you gone, Ruth? Yeah.
I'm here.
You're there. Then you would say, but I don't understand anything. Well, I'm supposed to come and teach you vegetotherapy, darlings, in London.
Brilliant. We're looking forward to it.
in November. Okay.
Oh, cool.
So we can see how. Okay. Now I don't know what's happened to the Germans. Okay, but it can be that you are mostly, except Julie and who else? Jana. Jana, you were with me this, no, you were not, you were with me before. And Catherine, you're I was going to say you're an oldie. You're a dear oldie. Like, not like me, but like other dear oldies. Okay. So you know about all the vegetotherapy. So I'll be seeing you too. But that is in the very beginning. So I'm happy that you're there. You're interested in how these combinations, because it's quite, you have about at least maybe 10, 15 methods within the biodynamic frame. It's a kind of an orchestra. So I will promise to do it very, very gently. Okay. And then you have the dream work, you have image work. You're lucky. You have 5 years in front of you. You can learn it and practice it and on animals. Stethoscope on animals and the aura on animals. It works fantastic. And children. No more than 5 or 10 small minutes from kids from 4 till 9 or 10. Okay. They don't need much more. Okay, when they have a constipated or their belly ache or whatever. Okay, and we're not going to talk about aura at all. That's a whole nother subject. Is there any more questions, please? We have some time for it. Yep. Yep.
For me, it wasn't so much a question, but it was, I don't know, when you were talking about the vegetotherapy and saying the slower it goes, the more powerful it is, it just reminded me, before I'd ever even knew what a lymph massage was, I always imagined it to be really brutal because people said how much it works. And then actually it was just
lymphatic.
Yeah, it was just so soft.
Yeah.
So it's this, it just is a comparison.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. It is very, very soft, unless you are having to mobilize or to provoke or to go deep into the work. But the periost, when you're going on the periost, you have to use the fingertips, and you have like a deep periost head massage. My goodness, nothing better actually when you need it. And distribution, you only do if you are full. Otherwise, you don't, you have to have tension and stress to be able to use the distribution. Otherwise, it's not appropriate to the symptom. Julian, I haven't heard from you. Where are you? Are you an English with a French name? Tu es français?
Hello.
Français.
Hello, Ebba. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Julian.
I'm not very fluent in English, but I
You cut
understand
your
very well.
hair. You cut your hair.
Yeah.
Julian. Yes,
Yeah, it's my summer haircut.
yes, yes.
That's very interesting. No, I don't have anything to share. I was receiving all you share with a lot of pleasure. I'm still working a lot with the vibration and the energy in the massage. And what my experience is that most of the time, session after session with the patients, um, the how to say that? I'm not so fluent in English. Sorry.
Yeah, you're doing good.
The uh, I do not separate, as we learn in the school, so much message, vegetotherapy or
Very good.
method, but it's very, um, I'm really following the patient, and it
Exactly.
works much better
Yeah.
and deeper, and
Yeah.
I'm very happy about that.
Yes. Well, then you're on the right track. That is how it is. It's like you somehow learn the ABC of on the piano, and then you become virtuous. You simply let it flow, and that is a big part that you need to integrate in you. That you follow.
Yeah.
You trust the process, and the people is there. It's happening as you are there, as you are with them. Remember the therapeutic presence, just to have somebody with you for 15 minutes, for an hour, that are totally there with your body and mind. It is
Yeah.
a very, very strong
Yes,
and intense message. I am here with you, not for you, but with you.
exactly. Yeah.
So you go on and finding your own way, and then it flows. It's like dance. You learn the dance steps, oh, and then it happens. Thank
Yeah.
you, Julian. We are okay. Yeah,
Thank you. I'm very
oh,
grateful.
wonderful. All right, let's get a couple of because that's the thing. What's the feedback they get when you giving a massage? What's the feedback you get? Hannah Parker. Hannah. Hannah, you hear me? No. Is she is she
Hi,
on?
Emma.
Yeah. What's the feedback
Sorry,
you get?
I just came back. I just heard my name.
Okay, yes.
Saw
I
what you
said,
were saying.
what is the feedback you get when you treat or massage somebody? What do you feel and what's
Yeah, I mean, it's very mixed. It depends on what kind of massage I'm giving and whether I'm doing it with vegetotherapy or how it is. So it's very mixed. But I think one of the things that I'm working with a bit more at the moment is I mean, I did my training, started my training in 2015.
yeah, that's quite
So
a while ago. Yeah, 10
yeah,
years.
yeah, yeah. But what I'm really noticing in my practice now is that uh, just feeling like I want to bring in more vitality.
Yes.
I
Okay.
think I got into a bit of a practice in my early practice, which was it was quite slow. it was quite yeah, maybe more in the tragic, maybe I don't know. And
Okay.
more recently, it's a bit more bringing a bit more matter of fact, a bit more vitality. I don't know. It just feels like
Have
something
you
came in my
have you
practice that's
tried
living in me.
have you tried to mobilize or activate a bit of the muscles of the back when the person is laying on the back and you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
go
doing
under and then you and then you play a bit with the muscles, that
yes,
bring some vibrations in.
yes,
Okay.
yeah,
Or put their feet in 90 degree and then vibrate the feet and the legs. And there with a bit of sound that will also put in a more so that yeah, okay, you have to you have to train your clients a bit then.
yes,
Yeah. And
yeah,
and to dare to move your intention. But okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I'm just noticing there's a bit of a change
Right,
happening.
right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Okay. Nicole.
Hi, Ebba.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm feeling quite excited as you're speaking. I find in my work, so I finished training in 2022,
Yeah.
trainee, and just with lots of hours, I need to get my writing done.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So, so I find the fluidity between vegeto and massage is fluid in
Yes.
work.
Great.
But
Great.
what I'm finding really interesting, and as you're speaking, it really it it
Triggers.
not triggers it you started saying that well let me it's you it shows the integrative nature of the biodynamic work.
Yeah.
And what I notice, what I'm thinking about, where I can make it more fluid is when clients sometimes get stuck on the chair talking and the rooted talking is happening on the chair, to
Yeah.
get their bodies, to get them onto the, I like working on the mattress for massage and
Yeah.
vegeto quicker, and keep it,
Yeah.
if they want to speak, they can keep speaking on the,
Yeah.
on,
But do you say just frankly, I think it's a time to just lay down the mattress and close your eyes?
yeah, I try to, and some people can be so resistant, but
But
and
then
it,
they haven't learned it. Then they haven't learned it early enough. And that's the whole thing.
yeah,
That's why, and but how you get into the dynamic first, whether somebody is sitting or laying, is the method of the close and open eyes. So the rooted talking with eyes closed takes you in towards the subconscious. And if people don't want to or have resistance, then you will see they will open their eyes. Okay. And sometimes they will look at you. But then the whole point is to be on the massage table, close your eyes, just feel how it is. Can you feel my hands on your shoulders? Okay. How is it? See if that energy can move in your body. Where do your breath stops as you breathe out and in? All these is the basic vegetotherapeutic questions that you ask to get the person from treatment, from chair, to want to lay down and look at that fantastic space inside. The English, I'm sorry to say, no, I'm not sorry to say, I'm happy to say that I'm sorry to say it, is very cautious, is very much more cautious in the body work than the French and the German and the Czech. The Lithuanian are like the English and the Scandinavian also. They do not, it's like there's a layer of having to have some control. But try with you people with eyes open and eyes closed. It is such a difference to go deeper, close your eyes, to come back, open your eyes. Right? Yeah. So Gerda didn't want the analysis. So get your people off the chair to the table and then get your people off the table to the mattress. That is like the few first steps. What do you say, Dana? What do you say to that?
I just remembered Mona Lisa's sentence when she said, "It's your problem how you put your client on mattress. It's your job, not mine." So it was just what
Very
I
true.
remembered.
Yeah, that's good. You put it back to them. It's so, you take it from Dana. It's your problem how you do it, but you do it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, but you might have to pay your supervisor to do it. So better listen to us. Just do it. Not too late. Okay, Dana. Yes. Okay. See you next time. I'm in check. Okay. All right. Okay. Karen, you would like to say something?
Yes, nice to see you. I sadly missed the last session, but yeah, I'm glad to be back. Um, I think your initial question was what our clients say after we've given them the treatment. I think I'm always baffled with the wisdom they come up. Um,
Mm, mm,
it's so often I was like, oh yeah, you're so true. I think I once during massage clinic I massaged someone for the first or it was his first biodynamic treatment, and I think I spent quite a lot of time in this area just above the elbow, and it was such a delicate, delicious and joyous um place, and it was very, I felt really connected, and he afterwards also was so touched, and he was really, really fulfilled and happy and light. And he said, it's those, and I think it was also the here somewhere. That was two places that really caught my attention and also his. And he said, isn't it the small space? No, he said, I think I've never been touched here. And it was so wonderful. And yeah, that was quite, yeah. And I think he also said, it's the small places that I never put attention to, but that are so big. And how many more places do I not pay attention to that are equally big? And I was like, yeah, that's so true. It can be the tiniest places, but that touch so deeply. Yeah, I don't know why, but that in particular has stayed with me, that moment of, I don't know, it's so tiny places, sometimes
Absolutely.
trivial seeming ones as well, that
Right.
can be so deep.
That's
Mm.
very beautiful. Beautiful said.
Yeah, I mean, it was his, well, he had better words, but yeah.
Lovely. I was promising you that we would not go on so very long today, but there is Blanca and there's Jana and huh? And Blanca, you want to say a few words?
Evening to all from the Czech Republic. I was wondering when Karen was talking about the client that maybe he felt accepted, whole his body, even the smallest piece of him.
Yes, very, very true.
Is it a kind of mothering maybe on some way, or what do you think about?
Yeah, I don't think that. I hear energetically how Karen has assimilated that joy from that person that we don't even know. But I think it's very perceptive that maybe that's a place of a holding. It's like you don't forget the lifting, or just sometimes when there's a heavy person, hold the arm and just say, let me hold your arm. That can be so relaxing and deeply. Yeah, it's lovely. Yes.
On that note, I actually did. He had a very heavy arm. He was a tattoo artist, so he was working a lot with his arms, and I held it a lot, and and I think that was that actually, yeah. And
And
then
it's
I came to that, and I also
exactly
pulled.
because it's the joint. So in the periost, you follow the different joints, okay, and then you release it, and then you can in the distribution. I think because as I'm the one that kind of invented it, I now figure out you can take it out of the periphery. You don't have to always draw it down to the fingers. That depends when it's really flowing and you hear it in the flowing sounds of the stethoscope, you can do it. But it's not if it's not quiet, then you take it out, even from the connective tissue. Okay, right. Okay, yes, that was lovely. Okay, and Jana Portova, Jana, yes. Yeah, we saw each other not so long ago, huh? Let's see, can you come up?
She hasn't. Oh, there.
Hmm?
Unmute, finally. Hello.
Yes.
I'm more of a listener today.
Yes, so you're
To
more
be
of a
honest,
listener.
still integrating.
Yes,
But
from
what I
our
can
work.
totally relate to is that after I give somebody a massage, what they usually say, what they usually do is they say, "You have touched me like no one else before," and I believe it's because of the intention and attention, and
Exactly.
it works magic.
Okay. That is the word. What people say is magic. Jana, I'm going to have you privately right now, but you all can hear it. Because I had a 5-day seminar with Jana just now and come back yesterday. So my phone was picked from my pocket somewhere at the bus station in Lisbon.
Oh,
So it's gone. Vivia has managed to get me another card, but can you contact the people in Prague so you can phone the same number, but put me in contact with all of you? So there you were. Very good. Okay, that is what happened in the summer. Be careful. I mean, I was perfect in control of my 5 weeks on my journey. And then just buying a ticket with lots of people from all the world around. Boop, 1 second of just.
But the one you lost in October came back, so.
But the one I lost in October came back after 5 months. After 5 months, it rang on the bell and the postman came with it. So now I have the old one back. So you can reach me on the Portuguese and you can reach me on the French. Anyway, so you see, I was in flow and then I was contracted. I could feel it out of the car or the taxi and then getting the ticket. And then, okay. So breathe in and out at all times. Don't hold your breath too long. It doesn't work. So, who would like to have the last word? Who have we not heard from? Julie, I heard a bit, yeah. Ruth, Anna, you felt good. You felt good after the the work. I think it was a very long teaching seminar, huh? With a lot of things. The checks are very interesting. Nicole, we heard a bit from you. Now, Barbara. Hello. So you're joining us a bit at the end. How are you?
Hi, hello.
Hello.
Sorry, at the beginning I didn't have a connection, and I am
Right now.
babysitting for kids today, so I am like here and also take care.
Yeah.
So
Yes. Yeah. But you're here. You're connected now.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy to see you.
I'm happy to see you too. Yeah. Okay. It's like that. Like that. Ah,
Yeah.
good, good, good. Just breathe through it and send good thoughts. So, um, it's all to do with getting to be friend of oneself, huh? That sounds so easy. It's not so.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would say just feel your own hands on your own shoulder. You can do it now. Just feel your fingers on your own shoulder. Just feel, oh, that is how you feel when you touch somebody. Can you feel, like Nicole was asking, how did I feel energy? If you breathe into your hands and you let it go into your shoulders, let's see. It could be interesting to what do you feel? I feel contained. I don't feel it if I'm here. I actually feel contained. Oh, but it can be that you have to do with your head. So sometimes it's really good. I'm just thinking of the East. They all have these mudras and these gesture, and we don't really have that. You see, nobody holding their chest and their solar plexus just for giving oneself a little bit of an energetic boost, huh? And I think we're going to.
But I feel like, sorry, I didn't put my hand up. But I feel like that's also because we live in a society where if we were to have an experience whereby we were a little bit stressed and we were like, oh, whoa, and started jumping up and down and shaking how we know to remove it, people would look at us like we're crazy.
So Dana and Barbara, what did we do the last day in the streets of Brno in Czechia?
Yeah, we were moving like crazy.
Yes,
True.
we went out on the street. We were about 14, 15. And then we didn't actually move like crazy, but we moved. We did a kind of like a qigong in movement. We did my chi swing, okay, the body. And people were passing, and the couple sort of, from the group, I don't know what they think about you. And I said, it's really crazy. You can be your poet, you can be the best biodynamic psychotherapist, but if you go in the street and you hold your nose like that, they going to point at you and call you crazy. That is really crazy. So it's all the matter of being oneself, and I don't care what you think about me. And don't get to be 80 before you feel. I mean, I think that was the first in the vegetotherapy sessions in London with my mother as the trainer, huh? I mean, saying, I don't care what anybody thinks about me. And I was screaming for my mother like everybody else, and I got a cushion in the arms like everybody else, and that was quite okay. But it takes a bit of a work to like oneself. But in the mirror, when you have a talk with yourself, it's a very strong self-help method. You just look and then you just, and one day I just woke up and I am sour. I had such a good sour day. Okay. I felt sour. And it did me a lot of good just to say, oh, I'm not going to smile. And I felt sour. Oh, I'm going to take a drink on that. Okay. All right.
Of being 80.
I have 4 days left. And also, what I did in the group, I smoked a bit of my cigar because I have never smoked in my life, and I am going to smoke a little bit just to see what I have been missing. Hello, Marionette. Marion. Come on.
I like marionette. I can do that.
Well, Marion is better. So where are you from, Marion?
I'm from the Netherlands, and I apologize, but I have a new laptop and it kept dropping out and in. But I've been here,
You've
and I'm
been
very happy
here.
I can, I've been here the whole meeting, but struggling with my technical
Well, you
laptop.
finally got out of your painting there, huh? Flower, beautiful flower as you are. Okay. So you're at the Netherlands and you are with Menno or Nikki
I
or
was, yes, I did the training the whole 4
are you,
years with them during the
you're an
pandemic.
oldie like some of us, huh?
What was that? Sorry?
You're an oldie like one of us.
Well,
Remember
I
the
don't
wine?
know.
When
I
did
think,
you finish
sorry,
your
go.
training? When did you finish your training?
23.
Okay. No, you're not an old. You're just right. You're just
Thank
getting.
you. I mean, I guess I'm a little bit of an oldie, no, but I heard you. And
It's like the wine. It's like the wine.
yeah,
You wine, let it.
thank
Okay.
you.
Yes, tell me, Mario.
So yeah, we did the training during the pandemic. And well, I don't know what to tell you. It's such a rich experience. And to have the opportunity to listen to you and to connect with all the people around us here in Europe. I think it's all Europe, but I might be mistaken here. If I make a mistake, please forgive me. And it's
for the English speaking for the moment.
Yeah, well, it's very moving. It's moving my heart to be here. I wish I could feel, I mean, I can really feel all of you, but I wish I could really be physically present with all of you one day, just expressing
right.
The summer school or the summer camp.
I have managed to, at 99.9% sure that from the 16th to the 22nd, I can have a international summer camp in Portugal.
Next year.
Next year.
Thank you. I was wondering, and which month?
September.
Oh.
16 to 22nd, because then that is the only time, because the only time that the person can. It's not by the ocean, because
That's okay. I don't need the ocean. I need you. I don't.
I'll
And
be
all of
there.
us.
I'll be there.
I'm just kidding. I'm joking, but
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, I think I will have to say, and then I will see how we do it. But that I thought that would be really, really nice, and have like maybe it's 5 days, have one day for each theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be very.
And it's open for, I see a question come in from Laura. I don't mean to take her question over, but she's asking if it's open for everyone.
Only for students.
Only for
Or ex-students.
Or ex-students.
It doesn't matter it's not for one specific school, it's for all students.
Yeah. And also for my border collie, I see a question coming. Is it open for my golden retriever? And I have a border collie. I guess we're asking if we can bring our dogs.
We'd have to see with the
I would have to see with the host. He is the one that have the orgonville, the orgonomy teaching. He's German, Michael Plesser, and he has a place in Portugal, but he had a stroke and have to recuperate, but he is fine. So that is not luxurious, but I thought, okay, there's so much luxurious, but it's also because of cost. I think that it's for learning
Oh,
and for
yeah,
people being able to, to afford it and have some things over for.
absolutely.
So
May I share something on that, Ebba?
yes, yes,
I like that you're saying that I have been organizing gatherings myself in Ireland.
right.
And because my first biodynamic therapist is from Ireland and she lives there. And I think that land is beautiful. And I found a very old Tai Chi school that is overlooking the ocean where I've started organizing gatherings for like a week.
Right.
And I think, and it's very not luxurious. And I think the luxurious notion is a bit overrated personally, because I think that's not necessary because we're so rich from ourselves.
It is true. Yes.
Yeah.
People like that we have Vivian has researched a lot, and there is splendid places with pool or whatever, but we are gathering for learning so that we can continue to give a relief and health and inspiration to people that need it. And and
Do you know how many people?
hmm?
You know?
Maybe 30 or 40. I'm not quite
Oh,
sure. I
that's a
think.
lot.
Hmm?
Wow. That's a
Yeah,
lot
I
of people.
think I would imagine that would be it. It could be 30, but it depends. But I will send it out, and if it's 20, it's also good. But that fills up very quickly if the checks are coming also, Jana, then then we were 2 times 17 now in check. So yeah. No. Yeah. Okay.
What date was that, please, Ebba?
16 to 22nd of September 26,
2026. Okay,
2026.
thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm interested in what's happening in Ireland as well. Is it possible for you to send that to the group as well?
It would be my honor.
Is it with Mary Malloy, or who was your teacher?
Bridget Daly.
Do I
She
know her?
studied at Tracht.
No, I don't know her.
And then I'm working with Ursula.
Oh yes,
Gosh,
Ursula.
she has a
Yes.
quite complicated last name, but she's my
Yes.
supervisor.
Okay, Ursula, I give her my greetings, and then you have Peter Sell, and that's which school in Ireland just was admitted to the EABP. So it's all growing and keep well. It's growing and having a frame. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Okay.
How do
How do you?
In the chat.
I just wanted to ask, how do I share the link? And I'm asking, I guess, your lovely daughter. There's a group.
Or even in the
guess.
Facebook group, you could do it because in
Yeah.
Facebook.
Okay.
This is also the point of the community, is that you share and that you find places. And maybe I need to ask you, was it so that you were going to make like a list of therapists so that people can find these lovely people for those who have started to work with the therapy, that is the list?
Yeah, that was what we started in one of the chats. So everybody says where they are, but I haven't yet found a place to put it all, which
Okay, who you are and what's your strong points.
I guess I could put it in a Google Docs. I could share a Google Docs where everybody just puts in the info and where they're from. That would be easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Google Docs.
If you need help, let me know. Divya.
Yeah, with Google Docs and these things. I really hate spreadsheets.
I love spreadsheets.
Oh, amazing.
Well, what's new for me, not new, but it is I've taken upon me. Gemma, you're going to not believe it. Okay, we are going to rewrite, and I say we because I'm on my computer. Okay, I have to get a new one, a better, and I'm typing the right words, of getting up to dated some of the old bio-release manual, because Mona is in full retirement and don't want to even look at the word. Okay. So that is, and Vivia is a gentle pusher, not always so gentle, but okay, because it's really necessary that the right terms are being reached. And when one read it, I see now for many things was out of date. Okay, so it's a way to revamp Biodynamic. Okay, as long as I can.
Ebba?
I think that's Vivian. You said that you said that I should. Now it's the time.
Yes, well.
Yeah.
Well done.
I'm learning not just to serve, but I'm learning to obey.
Ooh.
Yeah, that means something, because yeah. It's a, I know you have a meeting, but in the good sense of it, is that obey is like the worst word. It's not such a horrible word. When you have not obeyed for 80, almost 81 years of your life, I think you wouldn't like it. Julie, you want to say something? Have the last word, Julie.
Ebba, I want to wish you a very happy 81st birthday and a wonderful new turn around the sun.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes, I'll probably be on the beach somewhere, okay, with my grandchildren and Vivian and other grandchildren. Okay, I wish you all the best. Put your heart and then take it with you back, but put your heart on to your client as you have them in the treatment, and then take your heart back. Don't give out too much, just a bit, okay? A bit goes a long, long way, okay? Of empathy, okay? And yeah, and not identify with the sorrow of your clients. Lend out your hands, put your heart in and lend it out, but don't smother and don't give too much. I think that was the school is trying to also to protect also the students from giving too much, okay? Because then you might as well go with a person, have a cup of tea, and they can, tell their whole story. But it's really a therapeutic way to both be attached for momentarily and then detach. Okay. All right. Till I think that the next Zoom, I think it can be around 12th of August. We're going to have to skip July. Okay. But I don't even know how it is for the ones who can manage. It's 12th of August.
12th of August.
Kind of, yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know which day that is.
Hello.
But we'll send a message to you. But we skip.
What you had said is you would send like a voice message instead, or
A voice message. I said I would send a meditation or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said that I was going to send like a meditation, or I'll have to find out what fits in July. Is there any birthdays in July? Yeah,
Yes,
Claudia. Oh, and Nicola.
And Laura, that's your
And
birthday.
Laura. That's 3 already. Super.
And
Okay.
mine is on the 12th of August, so I'll have a
Yeah,
birthday
that
celebration.
fits. That fits. Okay, so it's right. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. So be patient. Be patient with your partner, your kiddies, your boss. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, bye.
Bye, everyone.
Much, everyone.
Seeing you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
That's lovely. The heart.
Bye.
Happy birthday, Ebba.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
happy
you.
birthday.
Yes.
Happy
Whoa.
birthday.
We should
Wow,
sing.
it's really something. 1944, I was born.
Happy
Imagine
birthday to
that's
you.
age.
Thursday
At
to
the
you.
last year of the
Happy birthday, dear
yeah.
Ebba.
Happy birthday to
To
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.
All right. Okay. Okay, Jana. We'll be in. So get in touch with me for. Okay. All right, Gemma and Julian. Okay. Thank you, Vivian.
Bye.
Thank you, Vivian.
Bye bye.